A very good morning to you, Nigeria. So, after nearly 3 decades, the Nigerian government has finally decided that Ken Saro-Wiwa and the Ogoni Eight deserve what they were brutally denied in 1995, dignity. Yes, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has granted them a posthumous pardon and, wait for it, national honors. Look who suddenly and finally found their conscience under a pile of paperwork at the villa. So, as always, let's rewind a bit, shall we? In November of 1995, 9 Ogoni activists were hanged under the military regime of Sani Abacha for daring, yes, daring, to speak up against the environmental genocide in the Niger Delta. And their crime was demanding that Shell and the Nigerian state stop treating their homeland like a disposable napkin soaked in crude oil. They were not criminals, by the way. They were citizens with a conscience. They were not activists. They were truth tellers. And the Nigerian state, in all its unchecked arrogance, executed them after what they described at best as a kangaroo trial presided over by a drunken gavel of impunity. Ken Saro-Wiwa, the environmentalist, writer, and one-man moral megaphone of the 90s, told the tribunal before his execution, and I'm going to quote directly, "I am not worried about the outcome of this trial. I am confident that the people of Nigeria and the international community will vindicate us." Well, it took 29 years, but vindication, or at least a half-hearted bureaucratic version of it, has finally arrived. Now, let's not be completely ungrateful. President Tinubu, thank you. Sincerely, this symbolic gesture matters, to be fair. The state has finally accepted or admitted, without explicitly saying so, that it got it horribly wrong. And you've done what none of your predecessors had the moral compass or courage to do. Not Obasanjo, not Yar'Adua, not Jonathan, and not even Buhari, who practically worked in a military cabinet that looked the other way. But here's the thing. Pardons are not pipelines. Honors are not hospitals. And posthumous medals don't clean up spilled oil. This pardon is not backed by real, tangible justice for the Ogoni people. The people who still drink polluted water, by the way, who breathe poisoned air, and who farm on infertile land that is caused by the oil spill, then all we've done here is put a national honor on a gravestone called progress. You just put it on there and called it progress. The Ogoni Nine died so their people could live better. So ask yourself, dear government, have their people lived better in this last 3 decades, or are they just dying slower? Where is the cleanup of Ogoni that the UNEP report demanded back in 2011? Why do multinational oil companies still operate with impunity in the Delta? Why are communities still protesting, bleeding, and begging for the basic rights to live on the land that gave this country its wealth, their ancestral home? Let this not be another performative act in the theater of Nigerian politics, where apologies are spoken in English, but justice is never translated in action. So yes, we clap for the gesture, and we acknowledge this long overdue act of redemption. But we ask, in fact, we demand, that it does not end here. Let the labor of Saro-Wiwa and his comrades not be in vain. Let their voices echo, not as martyrs alone, but as messengers of an unfinished mission at this point. And let their story remind every Nigerian leader, present and future, that history always remembers who pulled the lever and who stood against it. And yes, honor them, but more importantly, honor what they died for. Thank you, sir. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome my incomparable co-host, Mazino Appeal. Mazino, good morning to you.
Morning, everybody. Welcome. Sunday edition, stellar one there once again. And I never thought about it like that. The president and the fact that these people are dying slower now. I like.
Oh, yes, indeed. They are dying slower now, indeed. Well, so don't hear from me instead. I want to leave here with something. Here are the words of Ken Saro-Wiwa, writer, activist, environmentalist, and of course, the commander of the Niger.
Whatsoever that I or Mossad would ever have planned any such action. And I will forever disavow it, no matter what any forum decides upon. I appeal to you, my Lord, for only one thing. The Ogoni people have suffered tremendously in this country. They have made tremendous contribution to this country. The Niger Delta itself is in serious trouble. We need every assistance that we can get.